All right, so I'm gonna try to record this for the third fucking time if I don't get any damn phone calls. So earlier today, I was looking at some of the comments. I left a comment on Dr. Tiasan Johnson's video, one of his videos, like one of his short form videos. So I told him I got one better for you, Doc. And I told him about the story where I kind of briefly summarized what happened. Years after my divorce from my ex-wife, she tried to file paperwork to overturn the terms of the divorce, a motion to set aside certain sections of that divorce. Now, she didn't do this until she found out that I had gotten remarried. Mind you, what led up to all that and the reason why we ended up getting divorced is because years ago, around 8 years ago, she dipped off while I was on active duty with my children in order to be with some guy, apparently, who had been in the picture from her past. So we had been married 16 years. 16 years. I went on like 3 deployments. And then it wasn't until a friend told me after she had been out of the picture that she had been cheating the whole time. So upon learning that and me getting with the woman who is now my wife, I decided to go ahead and file for divorce. Now, we had been estranged for a while. She was over there living her life or whatever. I couldn't see the kids. I didn't know where she was. She took their cell phones and changed the numbers, so I had no contact with the children. I'm on the West Coast. She's on the East Coast, so it's not like I could have picked up and just dipped off, and nobody would notice, or I wouldn't get in trouble and stuff like that. So, and then I ended up getting off for active duty because of the drawdown and things of that nature, and I began working. This whole time I'm sending money, for my kids and stuff like that, because I knew that's what I had to do. I wasn't court ordered to do so. They did order me to do so while I was on active duty to send, $600 a month. I had an account, and the fastest way for me to get her money was use the joint account and put money in it for her. But then she started getting stupid by writing bad checks out of it, overdrawing it, which was also overdrawing my savings account. So I ended up having to close it and start sending money orders. And she would get pissed off about that. Well, what if it gets lost? If it gets lost in the mail, just have them reissue it. If you didn't do what you did, I wouldn't have to go to these extremes. And I kept copies of every last one of them. So then I moved on, and eventually I said to hell with it. I can't work in one state. I can't just uproot my life and go move to where she disappeared to. That's wrong. That's wrong. But I think that's what was expected of me, because even her family would call me and tell me, hey, you need to do something. You need to be with your children. You need to be there for them. Come down. I was like, well, I'm not the one that left. We were in a perfectly good situation where we were. I was the one paying all the bills. I paid for everything. So when it comes to things of that nature, like when the stuff that people complain about, I was that guy. I went to all my kids' practices, all their games. When I wasn't working, I was always there. I always had time for them. I didn't have time for her with her fucking attitude, but I always had time for my kids. And the only reason I stayed as long as I did was because of the children. I'm talking about one of the nastiest attitudes I've ever encountered towards a husband who was all of these things, and she ended up leaving, which is a testament to what brothers talk about in this space. They walk away from good men for what? To go date some dude who had his own business, which ultimately failed. He's not half of what I did. And they aren't together today. You blew up your whole fucking marriage behind cheating. And I'm sure that one of those kids ain't mine that I'm paying for. So let's fast forward a little bit later. She decides to put me on child support, and why I have have a few videos talking about my run-ins with the child support system. Even though I was sending money, she still decided to put me on child support. And my belief is that she did it just to spite me, just to get back at me, because she wanted to get back together. And I said, hell no. The hell I look like getting back with you after you had some other man's dick in your mouth? Fuck no. That is beneath me. You left me high and dry in this 5 fucking bedroom house that I was renting at the time, but that high ass rent, all the bills was in my name. You left me high and dry, car notes and everything that I paid for. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't go visit half the time, because hell, I didn't have the money. I couldn't afford to move at one point. Can't just up and leave when you got all these responsibilities. And I was paying you on top of that. I would have to come up with new money for a deposit, first and last month rent, rather than keep paying the same damn rent I was already paying. And pay you at the same time. But what triggered me was this damn comment, you just didn't want to. You didn't want to, you should have been there for you. You didn't want to. Man, fuck you. You have no idea what I've been through or how much I pay in child support. But I'll let you know, I was paying $1,300 for 2 kids. One aged out, and the child support office will not fix it because the way my order is written, I gotta pay $1,300 until both of them age out. Now you answer this fucking question, since y'all got so much to say. Let me take $1,300 out of your fucking pockets and see how well you fare. Because a lot of y'all ain't balling like you say you are. That is the equivalent of $300 a week. Let me take I get paid weekly. Let me take $600 out of your every 2-week paycheck and see how much you got to work with. And I guarantee you I make significantly more than most people. I just live in a state with a high ass cost of living. And I still come home with more than you do. And it still hurts. See, that's the thing that a lot of brothers won't do, is say what I'm saying right now. Let me take some money out of your fucking paycheck and see how you fare after all of that. You can't do it. Nor do you hold a job that will pay for all the things you're supposed to pay for in addition to child support. Talking about you just don't want to. I'm sick of you beta bitch made ass dudes getting on people's pages and posts talking about we don't want to be there for our kids when some of these bitches make it impossible. And yeah, I'm fucking fired up. Some of these hoes make it impossible. And they hide behind the damn system. They know it costs you a lot of money to even tackle this shit. Yeah, you can go down there and do the paperwork yourself, and you can also go out there and go to court and get embarrassed. Fucking filing fees ain't cheap. Go down there and file the fucking, guess what? If you go file to try to alter your child support or alter visitation, you got to pay for that. That can be $200 to $300 a pop. Going back and forth to court, taking money out of your pocket because you got to take off work to be there. So now you got to count the money you're missing from going to court. You're still paying child support. That shit don't stop. It don't stop. They're going to continue to garnish your paycheck whether you're at work or not. It just adds up. And your lack of understanding really pisses me off. When the brothers in this space are not lying to you when they say it's difficult to see your kids and everything else and have to work. Excuse me. There are brothers out here who can't afford to see their kids because they got to work so damn much to make up the shortcomings that they got to pay in child support. The bums don't have to worry about this. Because, hell, they're barely working as it is. So their child support is based on how much they work and how much they make. That $50, $60 a week bullshit that I see people talking about, I fucking wish. That's easy. That's too fucking easy. A whole damn near day of pay has to go to child support from me to her for what? And she blew up the damn family. I can't see my kids. And you're going to talk about you should be able to go down there to the courthouse and file paperwork. Easier said than done when you got to fight interstate child support. I live in one state, she lives in another. I got to do paperwork in her state and my state. See, they can't force me to follow the rules where she lives because I don't live there. But they can damn sure enforce the rules in my state. The rules of my state they can enforce. So what happens, in case you didn't fucking know, is that they'll send a request from that state to the state you live in, and then they'll enforce the rules based on their child support system. So basically, she gets more money than she would have ever gotten in my state because they enforce the rules here. They can only make a request where she's at. They can't garnish my wages from where she's at because I don't live in that damn state. But they can request that something be done by my state, and unfortunately, they have some crazy-ass child support rules where I live. She's getting significantly more money from my state than she is from hers. Because if my wages were equivalent in that state, I'd be paying a whole lot less. I would probably be paying $600 for both. I'm paying double what I would have had to pay in her state. So she made out like a fat fucking rat. And that's one of the things that I don't think anybody's talking about. The fact that some of these chicks will get pregnant by a dude and run to a state where the laws are favorable to them, and they will file for child support there, and that request will come across like California. There's a lot of chicks that run to California. Because I believe their damn rule says you got to pay for them all the way through college. Florida's another, and I think New York is another one. There's a few states where you got to pay through college. So if that state is requesting, even though the law in your state says something different, you may be on the hook through college, even though that rule does not exist in your state. This is the bullshit that we got to deal with. Not only that, is if you get too far behind, like say in my line of work, you get laid off a lot because of the nature of the business. I work in new construction. When the building's finished, they don't need you anymore. You get laid off. They only carry a certain number of people permanently for ongoing projects, services. You go right back in the labor pool, the union labor pool, and then when another project pops up, you're on it. So for a time, you may be out of work for a little bit. You may be drawing unemployment. Guess what? They take child support out of unemployment if you didn't fucking know. And your unemployment payments are much lower than what you were normally getting on your regular wages. At one time, I was getting $600 a week, and guess what they were taking? $300, same damn rate. So don't tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I should fight harder. With what? You ask your family members for some goddamn money and see how many of them show up. But when it's a female in your family, she need money for her kids and shit like that, or she need money to get an apartment and she's single, they'll open their wallet wholeheartedly. I've seen it. I have fucking seen it. So don't give me that bullshit, because Because men always got to pull themselves up by their own goddamn bootstraps and make shit happen. And then you want to turn around and badger the shit out of us to take care of our kids when these bitches are making it hard as fuck. Because they can hide behind the system. I can only tell you how pissed off I was in the court, in court, because we had to peer by phone when that fucking lawyer who's supposed to be speaking on the, the best interest of the children was constantly giving her fucking advice and advising the damn judge on what they can do to me to take more money out of my fucking pocket. Never mind if I can't fucking live. They will damn near make you homeless. They will fucking make you homeless. They don't care. They don't care how much you need to live. Even though I tried to explain to them, the cost of living here is higher. And we're in the same damn state. The cost of living is higher. So why are y'all taking so much from me and I don't even make that much? They were taking half my fucking paycheck. That's what they were doing to me. And it was like that for a while until I started to make more money. And once I started making more money, it hurt less and less and less. But it's still fucked up. Real fucked up. And then this bitch has the nerve to send me pictures of them traveling and shit. Traveling. You supposed to be hard down for some fucking money, but you up here traveling. Of course I'm fucking angry, because we all know it. We all know it. These motherfuckers are not doing anything with that money but using it as disposable income. Look at how many motherfuckers were sitting there using that money to get fucking Chris Brown pictures, man. Using that money to go see Chris Brown and take a damn picture. And my ex-wife don't work. She's a disabled veteran. She don't work. So the money I'm sending is just free fucking money, just adding to her pockets. Medically retired, she gets almost $5,000 a month for nothing. And then add on the $1,300 that I give her, she's living better than all of y'all. Y'all should be pissed off right along with me. The fuck do you need from me? See, look, I don't mind the money. The money is not the issue. The issue I have is not being able to see my kids. And the one time you agreed to let me see them, you said I had to pay their way both ways and hire an escort because you didn't want them to travel by themselves. They were teenagers. When I was a teenager, I took plenty of flights, college tours, shit like that. You can't tell me. I don't even know how much the escorts. Matter of fact, I do. It was really like an extra $200 or $300 on top of the, at the time. I want to say it was $600 or $700 round trip for their tickets, and then you add the $300. You add the $300 fucking chaperone fee or whatever the fuck it was, whatever the hell it was, chaperone, and then with tax you're talking about $2,000 for one visit, and then I gotta, no matter what, while I have them, by the time we do the paperwork to stop child support temporarily while they're in my care, if they would have done it, but still it's up to a judge. You're looking at what, $2,000 already? $2,000, and then I gotta feed them the entire time, have activities for them. but I'm missing over $300 a week. And you think she was going to give me that money? You really think she would give me that money back so I can care for them while they're in my care? Hell no. Hell fucking no. You couldn't count on that. Ain't no fucking way in hell. So yeah, I'm pissed off when people say stupid shit because they don't know. And if you don't know, shut the fuck up. Ask questions. Ask questions. Nobody's going to fault you for asking questions. Nobody. But don't come out here making some bullshit statement supporting the same garbage that they've been saying about us forever. Y'all just don't want to pay. Like, no. We don't have a problem paying. We have a problem with the fact that we're held to the rules and everybody else isn't. That's what we have a problem with. And the fucked up part about it is the way they did shit in my case, I don't have a visitation order because where I live, they can't enforce it because they live in a different state. So now I got to climb on a fucking plane, drive all the way, fly or drive all the way across country, find a lawyer, file paperwork, and then bring my ass back because it's going to be a while. And then I got to do the same thing again to go to court. I've tried to call over to the East Coast to get. I've gotten up in the middle of the freaking night. Well, not in the middle of the night, early morning for me. Because I'm about, 3-4 hours behind. 3 hours behind. And made phone call after phone call after phone call. Trying to get these lawyers on the East Coast to accept my case. And it seems like the only way they'll even talk to me is if I walk through their fucking doors. Trying to fight a case in a whole different state. Because one of the things I want to do is prove paternity after learning what I've learned. And or relinquish my rights. Because hell, I can't see him anyway. Those are the only options I got. Relinquish my rights. Stop paying this damn money. You're not letting me see him anyway. That's taxation without representation. Ain't that what they fought a whole independence war about? And then people wonder why I'm upset. And this stupid ass order, the way they wrote it, I can't get out of it until the final child ages out. Sneaky ass freaking order. I was under the impression that once one child ages out, they come off child support. No. That's not how it works. We're going to give you an order for this amount. And when all the children are of age, you can stop paying this amount. So I'm stuck paying this shit for almost another 3 years. I'm telling you, the truth is stranger than fiction. And the reason why we tell brothers this shit is to keep them from falling to the same trap. And the one thing I want brothers to take away from this is that you need to pay attention to what I'm saying because I don't think anybody's talking about it. Interstate child support is a bitch. You have to fight through 2 states. Matter of fact, there was one other case, I got to find it, where this lady was bouncing from state to state to state and filing for child support in every state that she was in and sending this dude had warrants in multiple states. All because this greedy bitch thought she can get money from this state, that state, wherever she went. Refiling the order, even though it doesn't matter where you move after you get the order, because they have payment systems that'll hit your damn account. But what she thought she could do was be slick and go and file in other states. And now this dude got warrants that he didn't know he had getting paperwork from states he ain't know shit about. And I'm going through it right now, dealing with 2 different states and having to fight both of them based on their rules. Because if I can get paternity proved and the freaking get the results back from that state, I gotta bring them to my state, bring a whole new case in my state in a superior court to get them to let me off child support. And this fucked up ass state, the law says, presumes that any children of the marriage are yours. So it doesn't matter if she goes out and cheats. Hell, and there may be something in there for if you marry somebody with children, they assume that they are yours. And you may be on the hook for child support. So if you separate and she goes off and she's doing her thing and she get pregnant, guess what? She can get you for it. Not the dude she got her pregnant, you. Y'all better listen to the brothers in this space. I can't make this shit up. I wish I had the time to sit down and pull out this big ass bin I got with all the paperwork in it and redact every damn document and show you my case document for document. I could do that, but it would take far too long, and I don't want to risk doxing myself or this bitch trying to sue me for putting her out there. It's already bad as fucking enough. The only thing I can do is tell you about it. Believe me or don't. But it'd be to your benefit to believe what I'm saying to you and that this is what can possibly happen to you. You get somebody pregnant, she could bounce and go to a different state, and that makes your fight harder. It's almost like they're using it as a damn buffer to make sure you never can get custody. Even if I rescue custody from her in one state, I still got to come back to this state and have them remove the damn child support restrictions. And I'm being dead ass serious about that. This shit is crazy. Interstate child support. Remember it. Because you heard it here. Explained. But anyway, I'm out. That's all I got, man. I'm out.